Good morning dear students, welcome to the biology class. Today I am going to discuss about the central dogma. In our previous classes, we have discussed about the salient features of the double helix structure of DNA. See, it is made up of two polynucleotide chain where the backbone is constituted by sugar and phosphate and the bases project inside, and they have two chains anti-parallel polarity. It means if one chain has the polarity 5 dash 3 dash and the other chain has 3 dash 5 dash. And the next, the bases in two strands are paired through hydrogen bond. It means H bond, and which is forming base pairs. See here, adenine stand with a thymine and guanine stands with the cytosine. See here, the guanine is bonded with the cytosine with the 3 hydrogen bonds, and adenine forms 2 hydrogen bonds with the thymine. See here, adenine pairs with the thymine with the 2 hydrogen bonds, and cytosine pairs with the guanine with the 3 hydrogen bonds. And the next point, the two chains are coiled in a right-handed fashion, and the pitch of the helix is 3.4 nanometer, and there are roughly 10 base pairs in each turn, and the distance between each base pair is 0.34 nanometer. Okay, and the next one, that is the central dogma of molecular biology. See, one of the scientists, Francis Crick, proposed the central dogma in a molecular biology, which states that the genetic information flows from DNA to RNA and RNA to protein. See here, it is proposed by Francis Crick, talks about the direction of flow of genetic material. It means DNA to RNA and RNA to DNA. See, it is a diagrammatic representation of central dogma which is proposed by the scientist Francis Crick. See, the DNA replication means DNA replicated, and while it flows the genetic information to the mRNA through the process of transcription, and next from mRNA to protein through the translation. See here, the DNA got replicated, and while it flows the genetic information to the mRNA through the process transcription. Here the mRNA, that is the messenger RNA. See, there are 3 types of RNAs. One is mRNA, the second one is tRNA, and the rRNA. Here mRNA means messenger RNA, tRNA it is a transfer RNA, and rRNA is a ribosomal RNA. And next from mRNA to the protein, which is a translation process. And this is the concept about the central dogma. But in some viruses, the flow of information is in reverse direction. Is that from RNA to DNA. See, what happens in some viruses? The flow of information is reverse direction, the reverse process, which is the genetic information flows from RNA to DNA. And the next, about packaging of DNA helix. See, there is a 6.6 into 10⁹ base pairs per cell in mammals. In mammals, the packaging of DNA is 6.6 into 10⁹. I am talking 0.34 nanometer as the distance between consecutive base pair. The total length of DNA happens to be 2.2 meters. And the next, the 2 meter of DNA is too large to be accommodated in the nucleus with a dimension of 10⁻⁻⁶ meter. And the next, here the 2 types of packaging of DNA. It means it depends on the presence of organism, while they have true nucleus or do not. See, the packaging of DNA in prokaryotes. The prokaryotes, they lack the true nucleus. For example, here one of the bacteria, E. coli bacteria, which is the Escherichia coli. See, they do not have a defined nucleus, or they do not have a true nucleus. Here the DNA is not scattered throughout the cell, but the genetic material is scattered in the cytoplasm. See, the prokaryotes lack a well-defined nucleus, but the genetic material is scattered in the cytoplasm. because the genetic material is not scattered throughout the cell. And here the reason where DNA being negatively charged is associated with the proteins that are positively charged. See, that is nothing but the nucleoid. See here the nucleoid. The reason where DNA begin negatively charged due to the phosphate moiety. See, DNA, it is a negatively charged because of the reason phosphate moiety, and which is associated with the proteins that are the positively charged, which is called nucleoid. And the next, about packaging of DNA in eukaryotes. See, eukaryotic organisms, they have a true nucleus and they have a well-defined nucleus. See here, the one of the important concept about the histone. So the histone, which is a positively charged basic proteins. In most of the eukaryotes, there is a set of positively charged basic proteins are called histones. And the next, histones are rich in basic amino acids, for example, lysine and arginine. And those are give it to the positive charge. See, the packaging of DNA in prokaryotes, here the genetic material is scattered in the cytoplasm because of the DNA is not scattered throughout the cell. But in the packaging of DNA in the eukaryotes, the histones, which is have the positively charged basic proteins, and histones are rich in basic amino acids like lysine and arginine that give it a positive charge. And the unit of 8 molecules of histone, that is a histone octamer. Histones are the positively charged basic proteins, and the set of or the unit of 8 molecules of the histone, that is the histone octamer. And the next, DNA wraps around histone to form nucleosome. See what happens here? The negatively charged DNA wraps around the histone, wraps around the positively charged basic proteins, and which is helps to the formation of nucleosome. See here the DNA, it is a negatively charged, and the histone, which is a positively charged protein, and the negatively charged DNA wraps around the histone, that is the positively charged histone, and which is helps to the formation of nucleosome. And the next thing, one nucleosome has approximately 200 base pair of DNA. See here the one nucleosome which is has approximately 200 base pair of DNA, and nucleosomes in a chromatin resemble beads present on string. See here what happens? The nucleosome in a chromatin resembles beads present on string. And the next, beads on the string structure in chromatin are further packaged to form chromatin fibers. Here the chromatin, it is a thread-like structure and which is a stain. See here the beads on string, the structure in chromatin are further packaged to form chromatin fibers which further coil and condense to form chromosomes during metaphase. See here the new thread-like, the stained or colored bodies seen in the nucleus, and which is helps to the transfer the genetic information from one to another. And the next, non-histone chromosomal protein. See here the non-histone chromosomal proteins, those are the NHC. The additional set of proteins required for packaging of chromatin at higher level organisms. See the some of the higher level organisms, the additional set of proteins which is required for the packaging of chromatin. And the next, about types of chromatin. See the chromatin, which is a thread-like structure or stained or colored bodies and seen in the nucleus, and the chromatin, it is nothing but the chromosome or DNA. It helps to transfer the genetic information from one to another. See there are two types of chromatin, euchromatin and heterochromatin. See here the important questions. Difference between euchromatin and heterochromatin. See, the euchromatin, it is a lightly stained and the loosely coiled region of chromatin and transcriptionally very active. See, the euchromatin, which is a very light in color, means lightly stained, and the loosely coiled region of chromatin. Here the chromatin is very loosely coiled and the transcriptionally very active. But in the heterochromatin, it is a darkly stained as compared to the euchromatin and the tightly coiled region of chromatin. See, in the euchromatin, the chromatin is arranged very loosely, but in the heterochromatin, here the chromatins are very tightly arranged. But and it is a transcriptionally inactive. See here the comparison. In euchromatin, the transcriptionally it is a very active, but heterochromatin it is a transcriptionally inactive process. See, this is all about the information about the chromatin and their type. See, about the central dogma which is proposed by the scientist Francis Crick, and which is it is a unit of the flow of genetic information from DNA to RNA and RNA to protein. Here from DNA to RNA through the process of transcription, and from RNA to protein the process of translation. Here the type of RNA which is the messenger RNA. And about the packaging of DNA, the packaging of DNA in prokaryotes as well as in eukaryotes. See, the packaging of DNA in prokaryotes, for example E. coli bacteria, those organisms do not have a true nucleus or do not have a well defined nucleus, and in eukaryotes they have a well defined nucleus. Thank you.